Our next guests first came together as a group in 1979. They'd all been successful studio musicians, and the founder of the group, Earl Slick, had played lead guitar on albums by David Bowie and John Lennon. They've just released their debut album, Silver Condor, and they're here tonight to sing their solid gold hit, You Could Take My Heart Away. Will you please welcome Silver Condor?
That was the only song on the record I didn't write. I put it on the record as a favor to my friend, the keyboard player. And then when they were ready to pick the single, they took all my advance money and spent it on You Could Take My Heart Away. None of my songs ever got on the radio. And there wasn't a second single. I just put that on. I just shot myself in the foot. You live and you learn. Back when I was growing up in West Virginia, there weren't even any interstates. When you're born in a place like that, it's kind of like you're starting like 500 miles behind the starting line. Well, I started singing when I was 14. My dad worked in a glass factory, sometimes working double shifts. On weekends, my mom would take me to bars and let me off at 9:30 and pick me up at 1:30. I was only 15, so I went and I met this guy, this senior in high school. I said, I can sing, man. And he says, well, I wasn't looking for a singer, but you want to try out? I tried out. The following week, I was singing. We became like the top group in the whole state because we were the only band doing original stuff, and we got a record deal with Kenny Rogers' brother. We almost nailed it. But it wasn't meant to be. I was in a band in New Jersey, our band, and Tico Torres played drums from Bon Jovi, playing 6 nights a week, playing cover songs. And while I was doing the cover songs, I would write in the afternoons. I got a call from Earl Slick. Wanted to start a band, went to California. 3 months later, I took all the songs I wrote in New Jersey, and they became the songs that got me my record deal. When I did my first commercial, I thought I'd make like $100, and then I realized, oh my God, this is a real career. I loved it. I got to sing with the best musicians in the world every day, sometimes 15, 20 times a week. I like the sprite in you. You make me want. After the first year of doing it, I was making 6 figures. I had never made 6 figures. I barely made 5 or 4. And I was old enough, smart enough with my chops, and humble enough. There's an opportunity. I was 30 years old, 31, and I was working with the best people with my first jingle. Sitting there was an audition, and I saw this guitar player walk out, and it was Albert Lee, one of the world's renowned slide guitar players. And I was like, wow, on a Miller beer commercial? Wow. That made me look. And I got a check in the mail, and I went, excuse my French, but I went, holy shit. On top of working with Placido Domingo and Gloria Estefan and meeting all these people, you know, it's great. And they know who I am, even though the public doesn't. Could you take me home? I got called by Bob Ezrin, who produced The Wall, and Alice Cooper and tons of other stuff, to see if I wanted to audition for Black Sabbath. I was starting to do okay in Manhattan, doing commercials and making money for the first time, decent money. And so they flew me out to California. I jammed with the band, went back to my hotel on Ventura Boulevard, and sat on the bed and said, you know, I don't know if I want to do this. And they said I had the gig. And so the next day I had to go meet Don Arden Sharon Arden's dad, who was the head of who managed Black Sabbath, and telling him I just didn't think I was the right guy. Yeah, I would look out the kitchen window while they were playing in the backyard here. And I was so happy. It's like I have tears in my eyes. I said, Marie, look at that. How beautiful. Just like this dream. They put us in this little room, you know, and we saw Mike, because he was 3 years old, with a nurse. And then the doctor came in and told us that the young lady who was driving might not make it through the night, and the little boy didn't make it. And that right there is where my life totally, everything changed. Everything. So, because I had gotten a call 2 weeks before that from Asylum Records. I had worked in Nashville for 2 years. They wanted to talk to me because they had heard Carbon Copy. And they were thinking about, they said, possibly do a record. Usually, like the statistic is 85% of the couples, about 85% of the couples that lose a child break up. Marie and I couldn't do it because we had Michael. He was 3 years and 3 days old. He needed us. And he's the one that kept us together until we were well enough to love each other again. I remember walking down the street and Michael's this big and he's telling me that he's going to go kill God. Going to shoot God with an airplane. And I said, no, Mike. He'd look at me and he'd say, Dad, go, coming back. And it broke my heart.
Dad, is everybody going to school? Dad's going to school too.
Yeah. I think things that happen in a person's life definitely leaves a brand, leaves a big ramification. The way you look at things, what's important, your beliefs in God, my son Mike, he sings. He's in a band.
Where are you, love?
He enjoys it, so I figure if he just enjoys it, he's going to be okay. I think he's a great singer. He's got something in his voice that makes his voice resonate. If he wants to sing, I won't be able to stop him. He's got 2 majors. He went to college, did what he was supposed to do. Now it's up to him. If he can sing and do it, but it's a different time. I just wanted to have a good life. All he can do is tell him what I know. And maybe save him some miles. So, because I'll tell him what I know best I can. I'm 61 years old, so the record company's not looking for me. The only thing that's important for me is to play live. I can do it. I can do all these songs live. I can do it, put on a good live show. You know, but. What do you do when you have dreams and toward the end of your life? If you're anywhere near sane, you know that certain dreams aren't going to happen. You wake up and you go, whoa, that's not going to happen. And you admit it to yourself. I'm not complaining. There's a lot of people worse off than me. I have songs and I'd like to have younger artists do them.
I'm going up to Cerisano.
Even to this day. I mean, I've got 50 songs I'm trying to shop. I truly think that Carbon Copy is a hit. I think it could be a hit. I'd like for somebody to make one of my songs a hit.
Dirty hands and dirty shoes. Always had the slingshot bruise deep in his eyes. Never grateful for what he got. Never really had enough, but he never realized. Every day we live with a danger. not come home alive. But a man's gotta feed his family, even if he's working at the bottom of the coal mine. Well, the older I get,
Hi, Dad.
the more I understand.
Off the red light.
I'm a carbon copy my own way.
Look, Joe.
Look, Daddy.
Say hi.
Say good morning.
Well, now time passes and life goes on, and now I have a son of my own, and my love for him runs forever deep. 'Cause when I look into his eyes, I see my dad and me.
My grandfather, my dad, and me in the background. 3 Joes.
Well, the older I get, the more I understand. I'm a carbon copy of my own name. Say I'm a carbon copy, carbon copy. I'm a carbon copy of my own name. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Joe Cerisano.